Hello, today I will be teaching you how to draw a simple cartoon cat headshot. Firstly, I would like to remind everyone to not press their pencil down extremely hard when sketching. Remember to be very light and gentle, just like I'm showing here. Be gentle. Okay, well, let's get started. Firstly, you're going to draw a simple circle, just like I'm doing here, and draw your facial structure lines to give you a better idea where everything's going to go. After that, I like to sometimes shape up my head a little bit, though I will be doing this more later in the tutorial if you would like to leave it where it is now. After this, I draw a smaller circle up near the bottom of the head for the cat's muzzle or snout, however you'd like to call it. Here you can see me shaping out my face and my head a little bit more with the cheeks. I like to give my characters very round cheeks, but if you're going for a more slim cat, you can make the face more triangular. Don't worry about details right now. We're going to get down the basic sketch and we will focus on the details after we are finished with that. Now for the muzzle, I like to start with two little downward lines and two upper lines near the nose to get an idea for what shape I'm going for. Then I will connect those two lines and give my muzzle life. You can either connect the two lines on the other side as well, or you can make a little jawline with a little smile. Feel free to also add any details you'd like here, like teeth or tongue sticking out. You can see later I like to add little teethies under mine. Also, you can bring the muzzle up, which will be a good guide for when we draw our eyes later on. Feel free to also add some little circles in here for whiskers if you'd like to add them. Now we are going to move on to the eyes. Later on you can do any expression you'd like with the eyes, but for this I'm just going to do a basic expression. Start with the muzzle lines you drew earlier, bringing it up near the forehead, like so. And then what I like to do is make sort of a rounded triangle downwards and then scoop it out to make that classic cartoon eye shape. Repeat this step on the other side as well. I also like to give my eyes some more depth and add some more thickness to the eye lines as I'm doing here. You can leave yours how they are now or do what I'm doing. I also like to give my cats little eyelashes, so feel free to do that as well wherever you'd like. Now for the actual eyes and pupils. You can have your eyes facing in whatever direction you'd like. You can do cross-eyed, looking straight forward, whatever you'd want. In this drawing, I am just giving my cat a basic expression looking up. To draw the pupils, yours can be like mine with the casual cat slit eyes, or they can be more wide and shocked looking, however you'd like. Feel free to also add some eyebrows. I love to give my cat the little circle eyebrows. Apologies if you hear meowing, my cat loves to interrupt my recording. Now that we've finished the basic head shape and the details we need there, we're going to move on to the ears. You can draw your ears in any direction you'd like. I'm making mine just go straight up forward, and feel free to test things out. I'm just doing a very simple triangle first before I in all the details to see what you'd like. You can see here I did not like the shape of that ear, so I went ahead and erased it. Drawing is very trial and error, even if you're a beginner or an expert, so always feel free to experiment with things and see what you like. It took me years to nail down my style, and it's okay if you make mistakes, especially if you're a beginner, and even if you're an expert. I've been drawing for years, and I still make so many mistakes in my art, and sometimes I'm not even happy with my art, so don't worry if it's not perfect. It seems my cat has calmed down after I gave her a shout out, so hopefully she'll be much quieter now. Here, I'm just shaping out my ears a little bit better. I like to add a little, bump near the side of the face to shape it out. This is me also showing you where you can draw the fold of the ear and where you want to show the inner ear. I'm making this ear face more towards the outside. I like to show where the outer ear is when I'm drawing. You can see the little line in between, but you can have your line go all the way up to the ear. You don't have to have that. This is just a stylistic choice. So when it comes to the ears, just feel free to draw them however you'd like, or just follow my tutorial here. Also, feel free to add any little bits of fluff you'd like. You can see me adding a little bit of fluff inside of the ears here. After you've added all of your fluffy details, it's time to move on to the cheek fluff. Now, the cheek fluff can be very difficult. I know it was very difficult for me when I first started drawing, so if you like, you can follow the basic shape that I'm doing here, where I draw my cheek fluff, or you can try your own technique. But if you are a beginner, I recommend following the same strokes that I'm making here. Also, feel free to rotate your paper to draw the other side for whatever is most comfortable. Right here, I'd also like to mention that this is my first ever drawing tutorial with the proper voiceover, and I am having some allergies, so apologies if I sound a bit sniffly, or if I'm stuttering a little bit. I am not the best talking on camera or doing voiceovers, but I still hope you enjoy this. I really love drawing cats, and I've been an artist for a long time, and I'd love to share some of my techniques with you guys. Now that we've finished our fluff, you should have something that looks a little bit like this. Of course, do not fret if it doesn't look exactly like mine. Everyone's art skills and styles are completely different. This is just a tutorial. I also decided to add a little bit of a head floof here. You can keep your cat the way it is now, or the same as me, whatever you'd like. Now that we've finished the base sketch for our cat, I'm going to go in and add a few details. You can leave yours how it is now, or you can follow me to the next few steps where we start adding in some details and shading. Firstly, I'm finishing off the nose, and now I'm going in here to color the eyes in and finish those up with a couple shimmers. You can add as much detail or no detail to your eyes as you want. I like to add the little shimmers and then just draw some basic lines in my eyes to reminisce the bit of color. This is just a basic sketch, but if you'd like to color in your sketch, that is perfectly fine too. Now that we have finished our details, we're going to get into shading. You can skip this step if you'd like and stop the tutorial, but if you'd like to continue, here's a basic guide to shading. You're going to have your light source shining onto your drawing, and keep in mind which direction your light source is coming from. From where mine is, this area is going to stay bright while this area is going to be shaded. Keep in mind that things like your fluff or your muzzle or your ears and nose cast a shadow onto your drawing. This is very basic shading with not too much detail, just enough to add some slight depth to the drawing. Please feel free to skip this step if you are not experienced in shading or you do not want to shade your drawing, but if you do, feel free to go right ahead and just follow what I'm doing here. Now that I've finished the majority of my shading, I'm going to go ahead and go on my own to add a few more details. Feel free to do the same for me, and we can meet back up here and show each other our finished drawings. Here's my finished drawing. I decided to add some patterns to her as well as a moon above her head. Thank you so much for following my tutorial. This is my first art tutorial and I really hope it helped and that you enjoyed it.